How to buy UK property with no money. No money? No problem. Hey, it's Adventago here, and I want to say a big thank you for reading this blog post. You are in the right place. And in this blog, I'm going to share with you ways you can buy property without using any of your own money. So, if you want to buy houses with no money, then keep on reading. Before I give you the ways on how you can buy a property with no money down, I firstly want to say that all of these methods work, and they have been tried and tested for donkey's years. This isn't theory or some new invention I came up with. This has been done by some of the most iconic property investors in the world, and these easy to implement steps have been replicated by countless people. Some of them are in even worse living conditions than you. So if they can do it, I 100% believe you could do it too. Some people comment on my blog post and say, you can't do this or you can't do that. And I reply to them, you're right, you can't do it, because they don't believe they can. So here is the list. Let's get started. Number 1, lease option agreements. A lease option agreement is basically when you buy a property today, but you pay for it later. So you could almost say it's a little bit like the owner has given you a free loan. When it comes to the end of the option agreement, you don't have to buy it. You have the option, not the obligation. And in all that time, which I think is the coolest thing about these lease option agreements, you're not putting anything down today except a few fees, but you haven't actually put any money into the property, and you're getting instant cash flow. Also, the house goes up in value. You're gaining from capital gains. It's a fantastic way of getting your foot in the door, owning properties and starting out with no money. Number 2, joint ventures. A joint venture is when two people come together. They usually bring 50% of value, and they'll put 50% of value together to do a deal. If your venture is property and you're doing this as a joint venture with somebody else, you've both got to bring 50-50 value, but you don't necessarily have to bring 50-50 money. Your value could be something that is not cash. Your value could be bringing the deal to the table. You could be bringing your knowledge, the power team, or the overseeing of the project. There's loads of things that you can bring to the deal besides cash. If you find a joint venture partner who has cash but nothing else, they can't go on to be successful without you. You can tell them, look, you put the money in, we'll put the time, energy, knowledge and the team, then we'll get 50-50 of the profit. Basically, you just bought a property without using any of your own money. Joint ventures are a great method to use. However, you have to be careful if you do a joint venture partnership that you have clear expectations and clarity so you both know what is going to happen. You need to have a proper contract drawn up and a clear understanding of what you are both bringing to the table. Number 3, using other people's money. If you know how to buy a property and make 20% return on investment, and you also know someone who has £100,000 sat in the bank doing nothing, you could borrow their money to buy property, give them a fixed return. For example, you could give them 5 or 10% return on investment, which is way better than the bank, and then any extra money you're going to keep for yourself. And you've also got free property, so it doesn't have to be your own money. You can use somebody else's. This is very different from a joint venture because a joint venture has a stake in the property. This could also be the bank's money. You could get a bank loan to put down to buy your property too. It doesn't matter where the money comes from, it just has to be someone else's beside yours. I'm not recommending to do this, but I remember browsing on r/UK Personal Finance, and someone said that they have bought properties on credit cards. The person who wrote this post said he or she went to the bank with credit cards, maxed out and use the cash to put down a deposit on properties, and then switch the debt on the credit card to a 0% credit card. So he or she wasn't even paying interest on the debt. That right there is other people's money. But you must be careful when doing this. You don't want to borrow money from friends and family and then mess it up. But if you know what you're doing and you understand how to buy properties, I think using other people's money is a much smarter way, because you're going to get an infinite return on investment. Number 4, buying, adding value, and refinancing. You don't even need much money to start with, because you can get a bridging loan. Many people are doing this right now as we speak, very successfully, where they are buying properties, they are borrowing all the money on a bridging loan to buy the property, they are then adding value to the property, again, borrowing money to do that. So the whole thing, they're borrowing people and the bank's money to do it. But then, when the project is completed and they've added value, they then refinance the property with a new lender, and they now use some of the money they have made to pay off all the loans, and then they've now got a property that they've put none of their own money down for. You might end up leaving a little bit of money in, but if you do it right, you can leave no money in. That right there was 4 ways you can buy properties without using any of your own money. I hope this blog has been inspiring, and I hope it has been helpful. If this has opened your mind up and has got you thinking, then why don't you do your friends and family a massive favour and share this blog around and open their mind up too? Because I didn't make Adventago.com to keep all my tips, tricks and techniques to myself. I'm on a journey to open up people's minds and get people out of the old way of thinking, which is, if not now, then when? And if not you, then who? Go to school, get good grades, get a job, save money in pitiful return banks or pensions, penny pinch, and don't spend any money, and then hopefully you can retire comfortably, not even rich, at 70. This is terrible, and it is leading to a lot of people who never get to fulfill their dream life to go to the grave thinking, I wish I would have, I wish I could have, and I will not accept this nightmare anymore. So, I'm on a journey, and I urge you to join me. Share this message anywhere you want, with as many people as you want. Thank you for reading, and I'll see you in another blog post. And remember, greatness is within. Adventago. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Have a great day. Remember, there will be links in the description below. Take care.